It's called Project Shield, a county-wide high-tech surveillance system that is costing you more than $40 million.
So why do some say it's a failure? Tonight, investigator Dave Savini uncovers exclusive information following the money to find out who got rich and who got ripped off. Dave?
Robin, and police sources tell us it's all U.S. taxpayers that got ripped off on this deal, and that all the cameras and software in the world are meaningless if they don't work. The two investigators have been sifting through government contracts and confidential emails revealing how Project Shield's pot of money was dished out. It is a trail that led us to bankrupted companies, phony addresses, and falsified documents. Not the words you want to hear when talking about terrorism and your tax dollars.
Project Shield continues to be touted as a state-of-the-art video surveillance system. Your federal tax dollars paid for it to be installed in squad cars and on towers throughout the county. But Project Shield insiders say it doesn't work.
It's a waste of taxpayer money.
Despite numerous critics and complaints, Cook County Board President Todd Stroger has been defending its $40 million price tag.
Project Shield's primary goal is to ensure the safety and security of county residents.
Here's how it's supposed to work. Cameras like this one are mounted on buildings or inside of squad cars. They can then be used to record emergency scenes or traffic stops. The video is then streamed into cyberspace on a secure network so other law enforcement agencies can view it and possibly assist. But our CBS 2 investigation found the system the county spent millions of dollars on fails repeatedly.
I can't get to work on a day-to-day basis.
That's been the experience of East Hazel Crest Police Chief Ray Robertson. He says the system in two of his squad cars and two outdoor mounted cameras is plagued with software problems.
When you need it and it's not functioning, it's a problem.
The two investigators found Project Shield has failed repeatedly in Streamwood, Schiller Park, Glenview, Niles, Evergreen Park, Robbins, Thornton, and Phoenix. And it got so bad that several police departments ripped the gear out of their squads, including in Wilmette, River Forest, and Country Club Hills.
It's been a disaster.
Michael McGee's company, Responder Systems, was a subcontractor. Police chiefs say his gear worked, yet he was cut from Project Shield. Now insiders say that equipment is not being maintained, creating even more waste.
Failure. Complete failure by Cook County government.
Cook County Commissioner Tony Parica says there's a federal investigation into how these tax dollars have been spent.
It's very much, I think, a program that's fraught with individuals who have taken advantage of the unregulated pot of cash.
The two investigators uncovered confidential records raising questions about how your tax dollars were used. This 2005 confidential email between contractors says they need to find $870,000 worth of work for certain minority and women-owned businesses. Then says, we frankly have had great difficulty finding work for them to do, but adds, we will make it happen. Mentioned in that email, SOS Quality Systems run by Shakita Cox. She confirms her ties to Todd Stroger, providing a computer and doing consulting work for him when he was her 8th Ward alderman.
Cox says her company, which is now closed, was rushed into Project Shield because of her minority status. She says a Project Shield subcontractor paid her, and then she just turned around and put workers given to her by that company on her payroll.
One of those employees was given a 1099 tax record listing this church as his employer for the Homeland Security Project. Church officials say they never heard of Project Shield and wonder how the 8th Ward businesswoman got a hold of their federal employer identification number.
There shouldn't be any reason for that. That's exactly right.
How did they end up on a Homeland Security project?
I don't even know who this entity is.
Dan Coughlin is the county employee in charge of this Homeland Security money. He says the county has nothing to do with the subcontractors and blames all the failures on IBM, the main contractor.
I'm disturbed that Project Phase 1 and Phase 2 did not live up to what we expected, period.
Since the taxpayers gotten their money's worth out of it, and I think the answer is obviously not.
The Stroger administration claims it was strictly IBM's choice to pick the subcontractors and monitor them. Officials for IBM declined to comment about that and the emails we uncovered. Sources close to Project Shield confirm federal authorities have begun asking questions. County officials argue the technical problem started under the previous administration under Todd Stroger's father. So with $22 million already spent and another $17 million earmarked for future equipment, the county claims one day everything will be better.